My name is Temi and I'm an editorial assistant at Money Saving Expert.
Hi everyone, my name is Jael and today I'm joined by the lovely Temi. Would you be able to tell us a bit about yourself?
I have recently just pivoted into the world of consumer journalism from a sort of extensive career in HR as a HR professional.
That's wonderful. My first question for you is, how did you first hear about We Are Black Journos?
So I heard about We Are Black Journals through a book event that I attended because I also run a book club, and I attended that event, and when I went to that event and we were just mingling after, I met a lady and she said, "Oh, you should speak with Hannah." Yeah. And she told me about We Are Black Journals, and I followed them on social media and have just kind of kept up to date with events that she's been doing and things that she's been doing in her personal career as well.
What would you say are the benefits of being a We Are Black Journals member?
So what I think are the benefits is that you get to meet a plethora of people at different events. Yeah. You always meet different people. You get to be part of a community. And I think the most beneficial thing about being part of the community is that opportunities are shared and also people's successes are shared. Yeah. And when you hear these stories, it inspires you either to get up and do the work that needs to be done, and also allows you to understand that, oh, if this person can achieve this, then I can too, especially if you're entry level, like how I found myself to be.
Oh, perfect. Would you be able to talk me through your career journey and how you transitioned into your current role?
Okay, so as I said earlier, I had a career in HR as a HR advisor mostly within the financial sector, and then I transitioned into public sector, and I found that private sector was a bit too cutthroat for me and public sector was a bit too slow for me. So I got to a stage where I was like, oh, I'm really passionate about other things with my book club, Blacklisted Book Club. I was looking for something that would allow me to strengthen my writing skills, because within the book club, we write reviews, we present and host events. So I was looking for something that would allow me to write without feeling guilty, taking me away from my day job. So I saw an event after meeting Hannah and following on social media. I saw that she was having an event, We Are Black Journos, in collaboration with Money Saving Expert. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to this. This sounds interesting, even though I wasn't a journalist and I had zero journalism experience. So I attended this event and they were just talking about the importance of there being diversity within the journalism field. And there were many people there, most of them, if I say, were younger than me and had experience within journalism, as well as or were studying journalism at the time. So when we went to that event, they said, oh, guys, we have some internship opportunities available and we really want to offer this to the people that were in attendance. And I sat down and I thought, ooh, an internship, a 3 months internship. And I was like, okay, I'm at that point where if you don't take that leap, then you never will take that leap. And I think at that event, a Money Saving Expert is owned by, or is led by Martin Lewis. And Martin Lewis actually attended that event and came and spoke to us. And I remember one of my questions being about, does journalism have an ideal sort of age to get started in? Because I was feeling like, oh, I was old and it's too late in my career to just pivot at this point. And I always remember that Martin Lewis's response to me was so inspiring and so encouraging. So I was like, I'm going to apply for the internship. What's the worst that can happen? If anything, worst case scenario, I would have gained experience about the application process. Anyway, I went through the interview process and was successful in getting to the second stage. And when I got to the second stage, it was like a group interview. And they said, oh, we have these 3-month internships, but we're also offering a full-time editorial assistant role, and we will decide who we think is best for each roles based on the interviews. So I did that. There's group activities, solo interviews, and then was later told that I was successful in getting the role.
That's incredible.
And so now I'm really proud to say that I'm an editorial assistant at Money Saving Expert.
Wow, that's amazing. In your previous answer, you mentioned diversity. What does diversity and inclusion mean to you?
I think diversity and inclusion is something that should be sort of the most natural thing, especially considering, you know, where we're based in London. I feel like London is a diverse place in terms of cultures, in terms of ethnicities, gender. It is a diverse place, and I feel that it should be reflected in the workplace. You know, I said that I had a background in HR, and you really get to see sort of the dynamics of any institution. And I feel like diversity to me is that you should be able to bring your whole self to work. And that means, you know, there's a lot of talk sometimes about code switching, and I'm really like, I feel like you shouldn't have to code switch. You should be able to be comfortable and confident bringing your whole self to work. And I think that companies need to do their best to be able to ensure and allow that to be the case.
Okay, thank you. My final question for you is, where do you see We Are Black Journos in 5 years from now?
I see We Are Black Journals in 5 years from now being a platform that has launched so many careers, being a platform that is able to hire people full-time and have writers of varying backgrounds or varying genders. I feel like when I come to the events, I see more women than I do men, and I'm still new to journalism, so I don't know if that is reflective in general, but it'll be really good to, in 5 years' time, to see there being a balance of men and women who have been sort of cultivated, kind of like university, and cultivated and producing talent that is presented on major platforms.
Thank you. There's so much that we can learn from your amazing story. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.